Welcome everyone to Tabletop Anthologies. I am Severian. I'll be your game master this evening. We're playing Mecha and Monsters Evolved, continuing our Mechthulhu sessions here. This is our second session of Mechthulhu. We pick up with the Iron Fury squad. Our three pilots here. We've got Drake Bauman piloting Canis Vengeance, Yancey Johnson piloting Gecko, and Kane Anders piloting Reckless Abandon. We're gonna jump right into the action because we left off basically in the middle of combat and a little break after you squished a bunch of smaller Dagon's forces. Let's switch over to the map here so you can see that. So right now we've got Canis Vengeance here perched on the edge of this large tunnel going down at least 1,000 feet from what you've seen and scanned so far. There's something down there. Reckless Abandon back here a little further with Gecko was able to do some detailed scans and found that there's some sort of energy signature, something approaching from that tunnel. But up here, the only living threat is this large crabstrosity right here. Kaiju level threat approaching. So, Canis, you were right there perched on the ledge, ready to jump in after that Cthulhu statue that you just toppled into the hole. You see that there is a threat up here now with that crabstrosity. Are you still heading in?
So anybody watching the Canis Vengeance mech would see that it would start to pull towards that hole, like let's jump down. But it ended up turning towards the south, and I'd be getting on the radio right now if I could.
Yep.
What did we decide on Macalaster's call sign?
I believe you said it's Roadhouse.
Right, Roadhouse. Roadhouse actual. Roadhouse actual. This is Iron Fury. Flash, flash, flash. Be advised. Call for fire mission.
This is Roadhouse. Standing by.
Be advised. We need heavy ordnance on 17 Tango Mike Kilo 764379008. Be advised. Troops are danger close.
You start to hear Macalaster respond to you, and then Sabrina clicks over and overrides and says, Canis, you need to be sure about this. We don't know what's down there. You destroy something that we could use against the Dagon threat. It's your ass on the line. And then she just waits for a response. And
damn it, we're out here to stomp some monsters.
Then Macalaster comes back over. This is Roadhouse. Need another confirmation on that. And you hear from down in that pit.
Roadhouse, this is Iron Fury actual. Be advised, shift target to
approaching faster.
Be advised, shift target 225 feet south by southwest, and that's when I take the plunge. Sorry, southeast.
What do I see on my radar? Sorry, not to interrupt you. Go ahead.
You're gonna have them target the crabstrosity, basically.
I'm asking for ordnance danger close on the crab, and I if I'm allowed to, I would be taking a running leap into that hole, face down, with that sword straight in front of me, using those jets that we use to propel ourselves down.
Okay. All right, so you hear Roadhouse over the comms. Artillery incoming. And he starts doing his job. After a couple turns, you should see that ordnance incoming. Canis, you are allowed to jump in there, so let's go ahead and roll initiative to get started. Initiative in this game. I just drew a blank on that. I believe it's just a D6. Initiative is roll 2d6. I'm muted?
No,
I'm muted. I was
Yeah,
talking.
okay,
I was telling you. I was telling.
All of
I was
us
telling you
roll
what
or
to do.
just him?
You roll 2d6. Players with successes go first, then opponents, then players with no successes.
Oops. Oh, I didn't do a standard test.
Yeah, it's just a standard test.
So cool.
I'll put you first, reckless abandon, because you already rolled a 6. That's fine. I'll use that one.
Okay. In the back play just a little bit when Maclaster Roadhouse had asked for a confirmation. I did send confirmation through based on my my scanners.
All right. Sorry, I'm having some difficulties in the combat tracker. Give me just 1 second here. Actually, I'll go first, so that's pretty easy to track. I'm good to go on that. All right, so Canis Vengeance, at the start of this combat, it's going to take an extra little bonus round here since you jumped into that hole. So what you see as you're propelling downwards into this hole, you start falling hundreds of feet. And you can see, as you get closer down towards the bottom, a writhing mass of tentacles coming up towards you. And as you get closer, those tentacles kind of clear away as it gets up closer towards you, and a giant maw appears, and you're diving straight towards it.
That's exactly where I want to be, and so it's kind of tucking that shield in to guard my face as much as I can where my cockpit is, and that big glowy sword is just straight out in front of me. I'm trying to go in through the mouth and out through the ass, taking as much guts as I can with me.
All right, then roll your attack. Is that a heavy attack?
That would be a heavy attack, yep.
Okay. Yeah, what is the big glowy sword? Is it at a proficient heavy melee attack? So standard test.
Standard test. Oh, come on.
Oh. So
Yeah.
you go plummeting down towards this thing. You go to slash, and it actually just kind of moves a little bit, and all the tentacles separate where you're going towards, and you go right through all of these tentacles and continue fall. You fall for at least 1,000 feet. You're a big mech. You're in water. You're able to withstand the impact. You have some smaller negative thruster jets that go off just before you hit the bottom. You do your superhero landing pose or whatever. Right. And you actually land on a massive obsidian disc with an elder sign carved into it that's glowing. You're all familiar with the elder sign. It's like a stylized star sort of shape. And all around this massive disc are deep ones from, Dagon's basically infantry. And they're all chanting in this strange language that you can't really understand at all with human ears. And as soon as you land, they all start to scatter and swim away. So it almost looks like some sort of ritual going on down there. Back up top, though, what you guys see is that writhing mass of tentacles burst out of there with that gaping maw. Oh. And it's just sitting on top of that hole there. Tentacles all flailing everywhere, and it lets out a roar at you all. I need you all to do a...
Doug.
Yeah.
Can I power game a little bit? Just
Maybe.
a little bit to help. I forgot about our equipment and stuff. I was kind of hoping that as I went through, I have a probability AI that would kind of kick in at that point in time as I missed and realized that I was going the wrong way, and hopefully get that arm out to at least do some damage to this thing as I go by. So I have a ability, powerful computer logics that predict outcomes. Once per session, you may re-roll 3 dice. If any results of 1, you lose 1 fuel.
Oh yeah, I mean you can do that. That's fine.
Sorry, it was after the fact, and
it'll have a similar outcome except you'll do damage. So yeah, go.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna re-roll both.
Everyone else up top, I need you to make a standard test.
And I lose 1 fuel.
Yeah.
I got that.
Standard test. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is to see whether or not you basically start getting kind of afraid of this thing.
I'm afraid no ghost.
And, Kane, just in case you don't remember, I think you have something to fight against fear.
So I need to roll that too?
Nope, because you're all the way
Okay.
down at the bottom of that
Oh,
shaft.
Kane, not Canis. Sorry.
Yeah. Alright, so, Kane, you have, Fearless as your pilot trait, so roll 1 more d6
Yes.
because you make that with advantage.
Just a basic D6 or a standard
Yep.
roll?
1d6 because you would make it with advantage, so you're missing 1. Still no good. So, Reckless Abandon. Let's see what you are taking disadvantage on your attacks until the end of the Kraken's next turn.
Okay.
And let's see. It doesn't matter. Okay, so ignore that roll. All right, so we're going into combat. Canis Vengeance, I'm hiding your token for a minute because you're down that hole at the moment.
You're hidden.
All right, so that monster pops up there. Like I said, it roars out at you. And we've also got this crabstrosity down there. Let's start combat. And as you're starting combat, I'll let you guys choose, of course, who goes first, since it's all 3 of you and then the opponents. You hear Sabrina come over the comms. Iron Fury. Iron Fury, you come in. Do you read? And she sounds kind of frantic.
This is Reckless Abandon. Go.
We've lost all comms, all visual feeds of Canis Vengeance. Can you confirm his location?
Confirmed. He went in the hole.
Of course he did. I'll keep an eye on you. Ordnance incoming.
Copy that. Canis, do you say anything as you're going in the hole? Does it transmit? You know what I mean? I don't want to play off of anything that you said or didn't say, so...
So our unit, we talked about this earlier. Our unit has basically a link amongst ourselves to be able to see, get sensor readings, get all that stuff. So you would have gotten all my sensor readings of how far down I went and when I finally hit bottom, and probably some visual on a side screen of what I'm looking at down there.
Yeah, exactly. You would have seen him falling, and then static increasing until finally it just all went out.
And lots of cussing up until that point.
So you guys are up. Who's going first? I'm actually going to remove all the dead combatants too, just to move some of the noise here.
Gecko, are you good if I go first? To play off my fear on the Fearless?
Do it.
Okay, so when, what did you call it? A MOG? M-O-G? Yeah, you know me.
Which one? What are you talking about?
The tentacle man in the hole.
I called it a
That's
Kraken.
a MOG? But you called it a Kraken. Oh, I thought you said MOG.
Did not.
They sound really similar. I can see how that mistake was made.
I
thought
am on
you said
Kraken.
his name was
I am on
Charles.
Kraken. Anyways, when the Kraken shows up and it, Kane is not at all into tentacle porn. It actually, he's seen enough, but he hasn't seen everything yet. He doesn't have the experience that Canis Vengeance does. So it does kind of catch him off guard. So when that happens, he's quick to go into almost evasive action. So that's what I'm going to do with my, what do you call them? My evasive servos, which are quick response motor threads designed to move my mech out of harm's way. It's passive, so when I use evade or agile dodge during combat, I test with 2d6. So I guess, was that just considered my action as evade?
Yeah. If you take an evade action, then you would do it at that test level instead of normal, which is, I believe, disadvantage. Just a 1d6.
Okay. And it's 2 actions or 1 per round? I'm just
2
trying
actions
to find
per
it.
round.
2 actions. Okay.
Yeah. It
So,
should be able to see the rules reference if you need that. But yeah, 2 actions.
Oh, I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So with that, then I'd like to move also, just to the north. Let me show you. Basically, it was what, 125, right?
Yep.
So I'm moving up here. I know this barnacle's still hanging out, but
It is.
I'm gonna be okay.
And remember, you with your really good scanning roll, you know that they have short-ranged attacks.
Okay. So with the evasive and with the move, basically this is how it's gonna go. All right. So moving up. Oops, game's paused. I can't move.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
If only somebody had warned you about that earlier.
Oops.
Okay. Reckless abandon. I'm moving up north. I'm shifting fire. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm moving. And so I'm shifting up right to there. And that is my move.
Okay. Are you doing your evade also?
Yes.
All right, then you need to roll your 2d6.
Okay. And that's an advantage, correct?
Oh, I'm sorry. When you get hit by an enemy, you roll that. Disregard.
Okay.
You just
Disregard.
declare that you're evading.
Yes.
All right. Who's up next? Gecko?
Yes. So we said that light is 400 feet. It looks like I can hit that front tentacle. Is that going to count without disadvantage if I attack him?
So if you hover over the token, you can see like which hexes it is. You see what I mean?
The hexes don't match up to the...
So the 400 feet there, that's not actually on its body, or the token itself. So you'd be hitting it with disadvantage from there.
Hitting it
And
from
I'm
the
gonna move just to here, and I'm gonna shoot rocket pods at big ol' Mog here.
All right. Let's do it more.
Is that his new
rockets.
name? Son of a bitch.
Mog the Kraken.
Let's call it mock.
I think Mogs are something from Final Fantasy. I don't remember what though.
Those are the little fucking cat demon things.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I fucking know them right. That's why I said it.
All right, rocket pods up to
2d3.
2d3 proficient light range attack. In this case, it's going to be at disadvantage though.
Why? I just moved into
Oh, you moved. Sorry, disregard. I'm getting
Yeah,
ahead of
you-
myself.
jerk DM.
Go for it. 2d3.
Oh.
Oh, only 2. 2 rockets.
Hmm. All right, I have to roll each rocket now, right? One.
Yep.
Standard for each attack.
Yep. Nice. All right, so 1 hit.
And that's only 1 hit, so I don't lose fuels. So, what's his guy's name again? So Reckless Abandon was in front of me. He jumps off to the side. My guy just jumps forward, leans into it, shoots off 2 rockets, and he goes, yeah! One smashes into the thing's maw, and the other one, shoots through the tentacles and smacks into the rocks behind it.
All right. And last, we got Canis Vengeance down in that hole. What are you going to do down there?
Down
Assuming
in
climbing
the
back
hole.
up.
What are you
So-
gonna do in that hole, man?
First thing I'm doing, I'm kind of taking stock of the area. You said I'm on a obsidian disc with the Elder Sign on it. That there was
Yes.
deep ones that were taking off.
Massive obsidian
So-
disc, hundreds of feet across. There were deep ones that are now scattering all over the place. Some of them are just cowering from you. Some of them are trying to swim up and get away from you. But it's just basically a big domed room. The tunnel above you is right smack dab in the middle of this domed room. And it looks like it's not as rough as the tunnel going down here. This is like perfectly smooth domed ceiling, all made of rock.
Is the elder sign still glowing?
Yes, and you falling down on it put very small hairline cracks into the disc, but not as much as you would expect from, you know, all of that impact.
So, I guess here's my question. I don't know how to dig into the lore that, you know, as warriors that are fighting these things, this is kind of stuff that I would try to keep up on to, you know, understand my enemy, know your enemy. Would I have any indication that if I were to destroy this elder sign, that it could affect the thing that they summon?
Roll a standard test.
I'm gonna use that. Hold on. I'm gonna use that last one, the last probability AI. Oh no, wait, that's for the thing, not me. Sorry. Well, I am linked to it, right?
The probability AI, I think that's just once per session.
It's right? It's three dice you can re-roll. Doesn't matter, and I re-rolled 2.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Split them up over.
Sure.
So yeah. I'm sitting there just for a moment, right, and I'm taking a look around, and I'm thinking, and I can feel, you know, through the tentacles that are latched into my head, I can feel like trying to commune with Canis Vengeance to see if maybe we can pull something out of this together. So I'm gonna
run through the run.
Yeah, okay. That one last. Yes, thank God.
Nice. All right, so just to make sure I understand the question, you're asking if you destroy this obsidian disc, if you will prevent whatever ritual that they're trying to do.
I guess the other thing I'm looking at is, was there a connection between this ritual and the thing that's up there killing my friends? Okay. So those two things.
Based on your knowledge of rituals and, you know, all of the magic knowledge that you do have, is that if this is in fact an altar to summon or open a gateway or something of that sort, then this is probably a very unique artifact that, you know, is one of a kind. And destroying it will prevent whatever ritual from, you know, being performed on here from happening and from completing. You think that Kraken up above is just another one of Dagon's minions and was here just to protect this ritual.
Okay, so then for my turn, what I'm doing is the 50 cal machine gun comes out of both of the wrists, and the first thing I'm doing is I am trying to sweep up because I should still see tentacle ass above me, right? Yeah. And basically what I'm trying to do is I'm not trying to do damage. I'm trying to piss the thing off in saying there's somebody down here that could possibly destroy the thing that you're down there to protect. I'm trying to pull it towards me. So I'm trying to aggravate it and get it towards me. Like, so basically spraying down on that obsidian disc, not trying to break it, and then spraying up at it.
Is that a light or a heavy range attack?
It's all light.
All right. Ranged attacks do not go past 900 feet.
Right. And that's, again, I'm not trying to damage it. I'm trying to get its attention and see that I'm shooting the disc below me. So that, and that's why I'm using the light, right? Because if I was going to use my big glowy sword, I could do some damage to it.
All right, roll at disadvantage.
Okay. 5.
Okay. You're able to spray it down, and you see some of those bullets hit, and it doesn't really seem to care.
So, and you said that I interrupted something, right? Like,
oh yeah, definitely. Okay. They were all gathered around. They were doing something down there.
Fuck. I'm sorry, guys. Then I'm mowing down deep ones.
Okay. Yeah, you're easily just plowing through deep ones down there. They're all getting mowed down. So that would be your turn.
Yes, sir.
Now we switch over to the Kaijus. You guys ready?
Are you ready, GM?
I'm ready.
First,
get some.
You see something up above coming down in the water.
Here comes the rain.
Torpedoes land all over this crabstrosity here, and it seems like they didn't, you know, use all of their firepower they have up there because they didn't want to wipe you guys out too. So there's a whole huge clouds of dust and debris and everything all over the crabstrosity there. That clears a little bit, and you see this crabstrosity walking out of that cloud towards you guys. And it just kind of looks like it cleaned off its carapace a little bit.
This piece of shit. Where's the steamed water? I'm gonna cook some crab.
So it approaches. It's right there. Gecko, it looks at you, brings up its claws like this, and you see its little mouth, mandibles chittering away. And it sprays out a jet of this goopy, black, acidic material that just jet streams across the water at you.
So, wait, before you roll, let me just read my thing.
Okay.
I have agile dodge, passive, whenever the striker is hit by a ranged attack. Oh, so it'll be a roll I can do. I can do a test at disadvantage. If I succeed, I negate any damage from the attack.
Okay. It misses anyways. It goes right past you, and you can see it like sizzling in the water, and as soon as it lands on the ground, there's a whole bunch of nasty steam coming off of it, and it's bubbling everywhere. So that was the crabstrosity's turn.
A bubbling crude?
Yeah. The tentacles actually climb up out of this hole here and go into all of this, the coral and all of this deep one fortification that's sprawling all over the place. And it starts to like burrow into it, basically. And it is now hidden.
Oh, joy.
Good.
This is healthy.
All right, your guys' turn again. Who's up?
Go ahead. If he's gooped you.
Caney? No, I did not get gooped. He missed me. Missed me.
Toss me, but don't tell the elf.
Good thing our tank jumped down a hole.
Yeah, right?
And he's muted. You're muted.
Oh, he is, not me.
Sorry.
I was like, you
I
said
said,
Andy.
hey, I was trying to take care of it before it got to you. I was trying to take one for the team. Apparently, that didn't fucking work out.
It did not.
It did not. So
If you had
when
hit,
all
it would have
those-
been a good chunk.
Yeah, if the deep
jump.
ones are all kind of ripped up now, and I'm not worried about them completing a ritual while
There's fish guts floating all over the place down there.
Chummed him.
all right,
Yeah.
I need to get out of that hole as fast as I can.
Okay.
So I want to go as far as I can.
Okay, I'm basically going to say it's going to take you 2 turns. So this turn, next turn, and then the turn after that, you'll be back up. And
Okay,
that's
good.
generous, honestly.
That's very generous.
You'll be back just in time to hear our dying pleas.
It's cool. I have an idea. So that's more than generous than what I was hoping to hear. So thank you.
All right, who's up?
You want to go first there, Kanye? Caney?
Yeah. Whoa, rude. Yeah, I'm kind of contemplating to see. Part of me in my head, like, I'm thinking that this thing, even though it's hidden within the mass of the spaghetti lights on the ground here, I'm thinking that if I stay out of that might keep him away from me. I don't want him popping up under me, since I'm not really a melee mech here, and ours went to clean out the pooper.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about. I'm just trying to see. I'm gonna shift, and then I'm gonna take aim at Claudius here, and try and hit him with my rapid fire lasers.
Okay.
So I'll move first. So and I'm not gonna move completely behind you, Gecko. So and I'll play that out here in a second. Give me 1 second. Oops. And then I'll roll my shoots.
Okay.
Oops. And that is just the standard.
There was a bonus die drop for Kane's rapid fire lasers.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
We'll just
Is
say
that,
you can
was
make one
that
of those.
Roadhouse that just dropped that?
Yep. We'll say one of those can be with advantage, though.
All right, we'll do the first one then with advantage to make it easy, and then I'll roll my next two at standard. Correct?
All right. So that one hits. So that's you got 3 more to do so far.
Okay. 1.
All right. 2 more.
2.
2 more.
3.
2 more.
4.
You got 1 more extra those. You remember, every time you get a success, you get another one. You get another one.
6.
Get another one. Damn, that's a lot of lasers.
7. About to. 1 more.
That's a lot of
that was
lasers.
it. That was all
Okay.
of them.
Okay.
So tell me
So
what
you
happens.
do that, and then I'll describe what I'm doing.
Doug, I love Andy and everything, but that was supposed to be, all those shots are supposed to be at disadvantage from.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's that.
Okay.
See, it can.
Yeah,
That's
you're right.
why. That's why they went so far.
Well, here's the reason I'm not really bothering too much with it. Are you go ahead and describe what happens on your side with shooting those lasers?
So, once the tentacle mound disappears, and I see Claudius shift forward and try to ink up Gecko, I want to focus on the threat that I can see at this point in time. So I jump on the radio and say, "Reckless Abandon, I'm moving to your 8 o'clock, Gecko. Stand by for laser barrage." So once I do that, then once again, hold up the arms and I start firing off my lasers at this guy. And those lasers are right there and they start coming at him. Pew, 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 pew. And those are the sounds they make. And I'm hoping to piss this crab off or at least do some damage.
All right, so you fire off those lasers, and you see this crab just slowly walking towards you. All you can see is lasers in front of you, and then you see all of those lasers like splashing off and sparking off of its carapace, and you don't see even scorch marks on it.
Okay,
But you hit it.
So yeah. And then I'll finish my turn then with that. I'll say, I'll bring my arms down, and Iron Fury, just be advised. I don't think this thing, it's bouncing all my laser shots. We might need you up here, Canis.
You would hear that, Canis, in all static since you're starting to climb back up now. But you got the main point across.
Get there.
All right, Gecko, you're up.
All right. I'm also gonna shoot at Crab McGraw. I'm gonna shoot off my rockets. Damn.
2 rockets.
Damn. So for that first attack, I smack the fire button. My rockets just shoot, miss on either side of him, and Yancey just spits out a slurry of curse words, and then he tries again.
All right.
There we go.
6 rockets. Two hits so far. All right, 2 hits total, right?
Mother. Yes.
So those definitely hit it, and it's still slowly creeping forward, and it doesn't seem like you don't even see a crack from where you're standing in its carapace.
Yeah, Yancey just continues to curse loudly
All right, so
while he's slamming instruments.
Crab walks forward.
Name's Claudius.
And it shoots off another acid spray at you, Gecko. All right, you said you have something special against that because it's gonna hit otherwise.
Yes, I got an agile dodge. I can do a disadvantage test roll.
Okay.
Haha! And
Right.
that negates all damage.
Nice. I'm going to move like 1 hex for that, wherever you want.
Done.
Nice.
So,
That's
yeah,
really helpful.
I already had seen the trick up his mouth, and so when I saw his mandibles start getting ready for it again, you know, my mech kind of squared up. He fired off, and I jumped to the side, and it shot over my shoulder.
Nice. All right. So you dodge out of the way, and then as soon as you do that, a tentacle pops up in front of you.
Oh no.
All right. Got a few rolls to do here. All at disadvantage, 1 hit. Is that every time you get hit you can do that? Your agile
It's
dodge?
ranged attacks.
Oh, ranged attacks. Okay. So if you don't have anything, then that is 1 damage from that tentacle popping up and whipping all around.
So
And it seems to just come out of the deep one growth here.
with everything, the sensors coming in, you know, I'm starting to get feedback and everything. My mech is very much a pack animal and has what's called a bodyguard protocol. Get this. I know it's not going to get me up there, but my hope is that by spending the fuel, I'll be able to boost myself a little bit faster. If it's not your turn and an ally would take damage, spend fuel equal to that damage before any reduction is applied. You move adjacent to that ally and the damage is applied to you as though you'd been hit by the attack. Doesn't give a distance how far. Now, obviously, 900 fucking feet is not what this is meant to be. So my thought is that I'm jumping from wall to wall, kind of getting up there, and I hear a smack, and then that's when the fuel burns and starts pushing me faster up.
Yes, I'll allow that, and I'll let you come up this turn, but with 1 action. All right, so it is now your guys' turn.
You're a gracious GM, and I bless you in all of your glory and your house.
I'm real lenient if you give, you know, good logic behind it or whatever, and that makes sense to me. So go for it.
You know me, baby. That's my gig.
You done with OPP?
Right there. Your guys' turn.
Oh,
Is
there
the
he is.
tentacle still just kind of like right in front of me?
Yep. It's coming out of the deep one growth right there. It's staying right in the spot.
So I'm going to slash it with my retractable sword. Let me just double read this real quick. Heavy melee attack.
Is this a sword activation, Hades? Or is it post sword activation?
Proficient heavy melee. Nice.
Ooh.
And ignores all damage reduction. Huh.
Yes. So after this thing shoots out of the ground and smacks me, my mech goes like that, blade shoots out, and he slashes at it.
Great. Roll it.
I just roll that as a regular, right?
Yeah,
I
proficient
don't
would
do
just be
anything
standard.
for... Okay. What does the proficient do? Does that
It just
do
means
more
that
damage?
no, it just means you make a standard test with that weapon. Mastery of a weapon means it's advantage, and if you're not
okay.
proficient, then it's a disadvantage.
Gabby. Mother.
It's a miss.
Well, I can't move and attack still. I'm going
So
to
as you miss, right? I'm climbing out of this hole, right? And you just see the glowy swords kind of slam down, and the rest of the mech, kind of this big ass knight, pull itself up, and I see you, you know, doing your thing over there, and you swing at this tentacle that's right in front of you, and it's a hazard, right? And I'm like, you gotta go for the root. You gotta aim for that root. Don't aim for the top of it. And I'm going to use my leadership ability to allow him to re-roll that if possible.
Yeah.
So
Let me
you may
check out
select an
leadership.
ally to re-roll a failed test if you give them advice or encouragement.
Okay.
I'm encouraged now.
Still failed.
I said stop,
same roll.
stompy!
All right, Gecko, you've got one more action, but you cannot make it an attack action because you used a heavy weapon.
Oh. That's any attack?
Right.
I'm going to...
You can attack with the same weapon again, though, I believe. Let me double check that, 'cause now I'm starting to doubt myself. Heavy weapons. If you make an attack with a heavy weapon, you may not attack with any other weapon or item this turn.
It says any other.
Yeah, so I'll say you can still attack with that weapon. It's just like maybe the recovery from it. You can't switch to a different weapon. If
So
that's what you
I'm
wanna do
gonna...
again.
Yeah, I'm gonna try once more onto the breached tentacle. And I'm gonna do like he said, though, is I'm stabbing downwards towards where it's breaking the surface.
All right. Tell me how you kill that one.
Well, after a failed slash and it moves to the side in the flow of the water, and then another failed stab, I finally kind of squat down and just stab right down into the ground where the tentacle's sticking out, and my guy's shouting, "Rah!" And it does just that. It stabs down in the center of meat of the tentacle.
Nice. All right,
And
that's your actions. Who's up
Dark
next?
blood sprays out.
Um,
I'm gonna position even further behind him.
yeah. Well, my shooties don't do anything right now to Claudius. Okay.
This is reckless abandon being anything but reckless, okay?
Right, but he is abandoning his duty.
He is. No, I have an idea of what I want to do. I just have to be in range to do it. So, and I'm still following my plan of I'm staying out of the spaghetti to until I get some melee support from Canis Vengeance, because melee really isn't my mech's job, Mr. Spaceman. So
I see a hole. I gotta jump into it, man. What do you want?
Well, so you see. All right, so I'm shifting positions, and I'm once again getting on the radio, and I'm shouting to Gecko, reckless abandon. I'm shifting south. You're 3 o'clock, Gecko. So I'll do that first.
And Gecko replies, "Quit dancing and stomp some monsters."
I love when Dad gives orders. So once I get to that point, I'm actually going to. I don't have. I'm gonna hold on evade again. I'm gonna keep my servos ready and get ready to evade because I'm trying to move into position to do something else. So.
Okay, so you're evading. Gecko, you took your turn. Canis, you've got one action.
So as I climb up out of this and I try to get Gecko to do his thing, I'm coming up there and I'm like, I'm back, baby. And man, this is such a bad idea, but we're gonna do it. I take off running towards the crab and just pulling back that sword, and I'm dying for vengeance. Do it.
I'll let him attack first, and then let me say something to you.
I can't attack. I only had one action.
No, I know.
Okay.
After they do their round, let me say something to you before we act.
Gotcha.
Okay. Crab seems to kind of hunker down and burrow into place, taking a cover action. And for its other action, it again tries to spit some acid, but this time at reckless abandon. It sees that it can't hit Gecko, so it's going to try for reckless abandon.
The hell it is.
No good. It misses. It sprays way wide left of you and covers the ground over there.
When that happens,
And
I see it coming, and I'm just standing there, and I kind of raise my mech's arms up like this, and I'm like, "Is that all you got, Crab?"
another tentacle pops up right there.
It's only got 9 left, though. It's a ninacle.
And again, one more hit as it lashes out and whips around you.
Ow.
So that's
Sparks
damage
fly in my
so far.
cockpit. It's like Star Trek. An unlimited amount of sparks and damage can fly around the cockpit that don't really mean anything, but makes it look like I'm taking damage.
Are you applying damage to your token? Or...
Oh, I didn't, but I can. That's a 2.
Yeah.
Dang, is that my health on the left?
Yep.
I'm down a third then.
Why would you do this?
Does go ahead.
Does what were you gonna say?
It's our turn now, right? Or are you gonna?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Okay.
You're good to go.
Does the tentacle like block me or hinder my movement at all getting past it?
Good question.
Not to give you ideas, I guess, but
No.
because it's followed
just-
by some other questions.
No, it's just there. There's no... In this game, everything I've read from the rules so far, there's no, like, disengage sort of thing. You can move in and out of engagement range.
Okay, just being that it's, you know, writhy in front of me, I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to
It
grab
has
my
not-
ankle if I tried to.
It's trying to. It has not successfully. I'll let you know if it does.
And then the crab, is he still in cover? Is that still creating disadvantage to hitting him?
Yes, exactly.
So here is a question I have. So I know melee, grapply kind of stuff works with the mechs. Here's the idea of what I want to do.
Okay.
Since Canis is behind it, I want to go up, charge forward, and kind of grab up under the shell and start to lift and flip him into Canis.
Yeah, you can do that with your heavy lifting ability, which is already a disadvantage test. It says you test disadvantage to slam into an enemy or throw something at them. If you succeed, you may move them 2 ranges away.
Now, do I have to be adjacent? I assume I'm going to have to use
Yes.
both actions to do that? Okay.
Yes.
And you said
Good.
disadvantage check
Smart move, man. That was a cool thought.
if it works. But
It doesn't matter if it works or not. It's still a cool fucking thought, dude. Kudos.
oh,
Ah,
All right. Ping where you want him to go to, because you just threw him.
so let me know if I'm going too far, but basically he hunkered straight down, right?
Yeah.
I'm flipping him like a freaking pancake up into the water so that he turns over and his softer underbelly scrambly legs is facing Canis, like right in the fucking base where he'll be able to melee it.
So, like, right here.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
But
able
like
to
I
move
said,
him.
but
it-
the idea is I'm flipping him.
He flips over in, but he lands on his feet again.
Okay.
So unless you want to go, Kane.
no, because I was gonna fly in after you.
Okay. So does that movement cause him to lose cover or no?
It does.
Okay. So as he comes in, the big glowy sword comes back, and it just sees the crab coming in, and it basically kind of puts it straight out in the hopes of, you know, using that extra force that Gecko used to flip him over to impale this thing through its carapace.
All right. Big glowy sword, proficient, heavy melee. Go for it.
BGS.
So with that missing in the crab landing, I kind of recover as much as I can, bring it around and over the top, and try to slice through the carapace this time with the big glowy sword for my second action.
Okay.
You should have aimed where it was going.
God! I'm tired from climbing out of the hole.
You tried.
You tried.
Thanks.
You got so far.
You
gave it the best shot.
In the end,
NT.
it really
Ribbon
fucking matter.
Participation.
NT in the chat.
NT.
Look at that lopsided star. You made an attempt.
We need a new gravestone that says NT.
Yeah. All right. Reckless Abandon, you're up.
Well, with that, I'm kind of taken off on the momentum of Gecko. When he did that, when he flipped him upside down, I'm sure this thing is all flaily and shit.
It landed on its feet. But it was kind of off guard. Yes.
I thought it was upside down.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, you did say it landed on its feet.
Okay. So I'm using my 2 moves, and I'm going to use my my jet thrusters here, my flight engines, to basically follow up behind Gecko. And the idea is I'm trying to run into this thing, but also like grab onto one of its big pinchers and just keep going, like in an attempt to rip it the fuck off. Okay. So I don't know, like I'm using 2 moves, and that gets me to 2 1/4, but there's 25 feet left, and I don't know if I can use that as an attack.
Do that.
That can be something next time.
You can next turn. You can get up there, but next turn you're gonna have to use your action to do that.
Okay. So then I'll just move him right up next to him, and as I'm doing that, I'm saying, "Reckless Abandon's in the fight, boys. Here I come. Crab for dinner, bitches."
He says,
one more hex will put you adjacent.
Abandon!
Leave wrong.
You'll have to be right here or right here to be adjacent to it.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
Gonna boop.
Crabstrosity turns around and it's going after Canis Vengeance now.
Good.
All right.
You should loaded dice, Jim. I know you got them. Good bullshit all day. Oh fuck!
It lifts up its pinchers and takes its biggest claw and swipes towards you. Twice.
Giving him the claw, see? The
And
claws.
both hit.
So as these things come in, right, I'm kind of bringing up the shield and ducking back and clanging up against there. I know I'm going to be taking damage, but that thing's going to at least absorb some of it.
And you realize that it does not. It's got so much power behind it that it temporarily... so your shield has some sort of laser array or something on that it pierces through without, damaging the shield, but it's able to power through your shield, basically, through your defenses and clip away some of your armor, so 2 damage total.
Mark down. So the first one goes straight through that kind of laser field that you're mentioning, clips off the shoulder piece that's protecting my head. The next one actually hits onto the metal and smacks into my head, my mech's head, which is the cockpit. You can kind of see it stumble back a little bit, and there's actually a little bit of ooze coming out of the muzzle of the Canis mouth.
All right. Sorry to say, Gecko, another tentacle pops up over here next to you.
It's a nautical at this point, thank you.
And let's see if we get any hits off. 2 hits, 2 damage.
So as that happens,
It got 2 attacks on me?
and I'm stumbling backwards, right? That bodyguard protocol kicks in, and you see Canis, the mech, it's almost inhumanly fast, steps on the back of the crab, leaps forward, and just takes both of those shots off of Gecko. and damages me instead.
All right, and your titanium shield is passive, reducing 1 damage, right?
Correct. 1 damage for each attack.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So yeah, go ahead and place yourself wherever you want there, adjacent to the tentacle, basically.
Yeah.
And it just basically Gecko. This tentacle pops out and starts snapping towards you, and then Canis is there with this shield in front of you, and it all hits the shield. No damage taken by either of you.
I did mark down 2. It was supposed to be 2 damage, right, before the passive effects.
Yes.
So I took 2 fuel off of that.
Okay, I see what you mean. Each. All right.
Yeah. So I not only do I take the damage, I have to take any damage to fuel that I would have taken.
Yep. All right. You guys are up again.
Straight.
You guys mind if I go first?
Have at it.
Okay. Once Canis Vengeance leaps across the claw of the today, Junior.
Frog named Mog.
Yes. So the let's see, next time you attack. So I'd like to focus, and then so I'm focusing on this guy's actual claw, but I wanna the end result is using those jet boosters to fly in, grab it, and keep going in an attempt to rip it off. So I'd like to use focus with my, I don't know if it's going to be considered a move or an attack since I'm right next to him.
And you have a bonus die in the chat if you want it, Dion.
Okay, yeah, I'll use that. It just depends on how he's going to allow if he's going to allow, you know what I mean? I'll take it.
It's going to be another heavy lifting action, just like how Gecko did. So if you're using the bonus die, it'll make it at a standard test.
Okay, so just a standard test.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fuck.
Wow. Nope. You can't even get a grip on his claw, and you just go flying off wherever you want to move to.
Okay, so oops. Once I miss, I'll end up stopping my mech and turning around. So you see my mech basically take off towards that claw, and maybe it moved or maybe I misjudged it, but I just flew right by. It was like somebody put the air brakes on or something. And so just move this. So he lands here and turns around to face him again.
Okay.
Gecko,
All right.
you wanna go or you want me to?
You want a Fanta?
Don't you wanna?
You can go first.
Is Matt helping?
He is. He does extra fang attacks.
Nice. So this, now that I'm adjacent to this tentacle, and the shield took most of it, but my mech is kind of screaming that we're using fuel too quickly. I kind of almost disdainfully just slice downwards with the big glowy sword to try and lop that tentacle off.
All right, roll it.
Ooh,
You
nice
lop it
sound.
off. It is gone.
Lopped.
So now, so that, it just, like I said, with disdain, just all of a sudden just like, and the tentacle just kind of floats off as it leaks out all of its, just its ichor. So
Now octacles.
two quick questions. Was there anything that might have retracted whenever that thing came out and it got cut off? Or is it just a stump in the ground where that stuff is?
It did retract. The tiny little bit of a stump that was left, it retracted.
Was I am I smart enough to see which way it went?
That would be an action, and that would be a search action.
Okay, let me hold on to that before I ask the second question. So heavy weapons can do, at disadvantage, can do the next range over. Would I be close enough to the crab to be able to do that?
No. If you hover over the token, it'll highlight which hex it's actually on.
Okay, because I didn't know what the next range over would be. With that, so we're saying two hexes then for melee.
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna do that search.
Okay.
I feel like maybe, you know, with how heavily armored this thing is, maybe I can get its attention again. You know, stand in front of Gecko, and then these guys can actually do some damage to something that might be a little softer.
All right. 2d6 standard test.
Come on, baby. Oh, fuck off.
No good. You
No,
follow
These
it
rolls
for
are rough.
you follow it for maybe 25 feet, and then you lose it. You have no idea. You know, I'll tell you that it went this way.
All right, I
know.
don't even communicate over the comms. It's just all you hear is like frustrated growling coming from Canis Vengeance. It's almost animalistic.
Oh.
All right, Gecko, I think you still have your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna close distance to Crab and stab.
Yeah.
No good. You swing over top of it. Just misjudged as you move forward.
I tripped on a piece of this rubble, this Roman column at the bottom of Lake Erie. I trip and I slash to the side.
All right, Crabstrosity spins around towards you, Gecko.
I got the fuel to protect you on this one, buddy.
All right. Okay. It is. Let me roll a couple things, and I'll tell you what happens. All right. It swings up its claws at you. Quickly this time. It's not doing like the heavier attacks that it was doing against Canis. It snips once over your head and then snips again, and it hits somewhere on your torso there and does 1 damage.
On me?
Yes.
Try telling him no.
I did not. And that is its 1 action. For its other action, it actually hunkers down again and has cover now.
Sand crabs out.
Yep.
Do we start taking any status effects at certain levels of health?
No.
Okay.
Good question, though. Reckless Abandon. You're there dealing with this crab when your sensors suddenly go just ballistic and start picking up something directly behind you.
Oh!
Yeah.
Get ready for F's in the chat.
NT.
Yeah. Okay. What do I want to do here? All right. For its first attack, tentacles lash out at you.
No.
Octacles. He's lost 2.
I should have said it focused. Damn. All right.
Sure.
2 damage from the tentacles lashing out at you. 2 of them smack against you and tear off some of your armor plating. And then, as those tentacles whip out at you and clear away, a giant bone spear-looking thing just shoots out from somewhere in the center of all this tentacle mass.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
But it misses. And then
Because
it
he's
cracks
never
again.
cured his bonitis.
So as I'm standing there, and once I start getting alarms on my mech, obviously I'm pretty sure I know the source from it due to the size on my radar, I'm just shouting, shit! It's behind me! It's behind me! And that's when I kind of jut forward as I take that hit, and I'm starting to get alerts on my mech that I'm starting to receive damage from behind me. And some damage alerts pop up on the back where my thrusters were, and it's telling me that there's an error, and I just kind of swipe it away so I don't have to see it again.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. I've got a
You
question.
guys are up. Yeah.
Is Mog Kraken, is his mouth actually like gaping open like that constantly?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's gnashing.
You're muted.
Muted.
He's a mouth breather.
Muted? I didn't even realize I muted myself. That was weird. I did not mute myself on the stream though, but it's just gnashing open and closed.
Okay. So if you guys don't mind, I want to take the next turn. It's our turn now, right? That's both of them.
Yes.
I am once again going to lift him up out of his cover. This time I'm shoving him into the maw of the Kraken.
All right. Disadvantage test.
Can 1 second. Screw it. Can I focus and then do it?
Ooh, good question. Let's look at the wording of focus because I think it's only for attacks. Next time you attack.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's.
And that melee doesn't count as an attack? If not, that's fine.
No, because it's not really. It's in the wording of the rules, and where I'm doing a lot of rules as written here since it's the first time playing. I'm saying no because it's not like just a standard attack where you aim.
Okay. So I try and I fail to get a grasp on it, and I'm gonna try that one more time.
Okay.
Do I know it's at disadvantage. However, can I at all say that because of my last failed attempt, that gives me the knowledge of where to grab on better to get the grip I need to shove him to make it a standard?
Good reasoning, but no, sorry.
Okay. That's essentially what I'm doing, though, is I'm trying to adjust my grip to get him flipped.
You got a drop from Forloth for antimatter rockets.
Oh. I'll put those on the tips of the next rockets then.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep that in
All
mind.
right. Okay. Mother.
No good. You're just wrestling with it and you cannot get a good grip on this thing. It's just hunkered down too heavy.
Hey, there is actually an antimatter missile in the weapon systems.
Oh, is there? Let me read that.
Yeah.
So it's probably heavy
Dramatically
range.
unreliable, hard-hitting missiles, spend 2 fuel, make a proficient heavy range attack. If you succeed, heavy damage plus 1d3.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but better. So I'll go with that whenever you want to use it. Who's up next?
I'm going crab hunting, so whatever you want to do. You want the sand crab out of there?
Yeah, I'm gonna do me a bounce. Yeah. This Cthulhu statue on the rocks back here in the back. How large is that compared to us?
It's not there
Looks
because Canis.
Half of what it used to be.
Yeah, Canis tipped it down into the hole. It's rubble at the
half
bottom of the pit.
Statue. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is not there at all.
No, there's like the pedestal it was standing on, and that's about it.
Okay. So like the pedestal in terms of size, it's like if I wanted to go here, I could be standing on it, but not on the spaghetti ground. That's kind of where I'm looking at.
Basically,
I'm looking for support,
it's
basically,
it's
not
kinda,
on the ground.
Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense. We'll go with that.
Okay, so my first thing is I'm gonna get up away from this guy to get off of him. I don't want to get hit from the back again, and I certainly don't want to take that spear anywhere near my rear. So we're moving first up to this rock to kind of take it almost an overwatch, but at that point I don't have one, so my larger, what do you call it, my charge cannon takes 2 actions, so I'm going to use my rapid fire lasers. So the second I get onto the rock, I'm shooting down at this thing in an attempt to fuck it up.
Okay.
So with a disadvantage, I'll do 3. First roll. 1. Okay.
You get one more.
Get one more. And so once I land on the rocks, yeah, it'll be one hit.
Okay.
One hit wonder. So once that happens, I'm jumping on the radio once as I'm moving, and saying reckless abandon's moving northwest to the rock formation. And then as I'm saying that, you hear the lasers shoot across the radio almost, and those come flying down, and it hits Tentacle Man.
All right, and you see some of those do hit, sever a couple small tentacles, and there's some that ichor starting to mist up into the water.
See that, boys? I'm in the fight.
All right, that leaves Canis, right?
Yes, correct. So Canis is kind of shut down talking with the enemy so close, and there's not really too much in the way of tactics that can be done here. So there's no point in trying to lead. It's just time to kill. And so he's kind of fallen back into the letting the mech do its thing. And so as he runs forward to engage with this crab, you can actually the light around him goes out as that big glowy sword goes dim, and you can see like an almost like very mechanical thing where it pops out once, twice, three, and then it extends out into this like battle axe, which he kind of draws back and swings at the crab 3 different times. So I'm going to go ahead and use my armor piercing axe, 3 disadvantage light melee attacks. So he was already going to be at disadvantage with the crab being there. So figure we go with disadvantage. Might as well just roll with it. And any damage from this attack cannot be reduced.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're missing one key thing from that.
No, that's why I switched to it too. I can do 3 damage with the big glowy, but so here we go. Disadvantage.
One more hex forward, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
There's one, and last one. So 2 hits.
Nice. And they go. Nice. That's the first thing you've seen go through this thing's carapace so far.
About time.
So it's like running forward, kind of leaning in. There's still some of that stuff leaking out of the front of Canis's maw, and he just brings that. You can hear inside of that thing. This is with the first one. Swings in with that second one and sends fucking ichor flying off in the distance. Brings it back around for a big chop across the top.
Nice. All right, and now the Kaijus are up. The Kraken gonna try and burrow back in, and it does.
Crack-a-lackin'.
Fuck out of here, Kraken.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Why'd you hide him? I was gonna try that again. He looked hungry. I wanted to feed him.
If only somebody had sensors to pick up on that kind of thing.
Huh.
Rocket
All right.
Man!
Well, it's a fucking animal.
He's
What are
too
these
busy
sensors
flying
gonna
in
pick
the
up?
heat
I mean-
signatures. Vibrations from it burrowing through hard rock.
Thank you.
All right, the crabstrosity turns to Canis, and it starts swiping with its claws.
He says, "I don't appreciate that, sir."
Misses those, and then it brings up its bigger claw and tries to get in a heavy attack.
Oh god. Brace! Brace for impact!
Whoop whoop.
That
one hits. 1 damage.
So I got that shield back up. I'm bracing as hard as I can, trying to keep the claws away. And that one hits and smacks into the body of my mech, and you can see that the front chest carapace kind of cracks a little bit from that.
All right, you guys are back up.
Where is the cracking you mentioned on him, and how pronounced is it at this point?
Just basically on the top of its carapace. Every slash that Canis just did left a little crack in him.
But
just
like
barely pierced.
wide enough that I could jam a hand down in there and.
No, not yet, but
Not
maybe
yet.
eventually.
Would you like me to go first and try and open up that crack oh wait, no, it's not the crack. Open up that crack for you?
So here's a question. I don't think we've quite hit that before. Can I grapple it to give him any kind of advantage on a melee attack? Like I'm holding it down in place.
I'll let you do a disadvantage test. Basically, use your heavy lifting to do that if you want to. Yeah.
You want to try that? It only wastes one attack of mine if I fail.
As you will.
All right. Can't get a grip on him.
Cannot get a grip on him. So, I mean, you still got you got a heavy weapon, right?
Yeah, I was gonna slash him.
Yeah, I was about to say it's probably enough to do damage. It's going to be 1 point. That's better.
Yeah,
than
I'll go ahead and do it. I'm stabbing for the cracks. Mother.
No good. It scuttles just a little bit to the left, and you smack the ground instead. Who's up next?
I said, quit trying to get away. I'm trying to stomp you.
I can go.
Go Reckless. Go Reckless. You're the Rocket Man.
You a scam.
That's all y'all had to say, bitches. Motherfucker. If I didn't think of it, just say it.
We got you. Got you, fam.
I'm gonna stay up here and I'm gonna be in covering fire if the Kraken shows up again. But for my second action, I'm running my my long range scans, my scanners here, to see if I can find this thing underneath the massive glowing spaghetti.
Search with advantage.
The game master was hovering over an area.
All right, you find it.
Yeah!
Oh, he's right behind me. Son of a bitch.
Would that activate as covering fire?
I mean, you didn't declare an area. I should have asked specifics, but yes, I'll allow you. So whatever. I mean, you still have an action, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We need it. Help us.
Shoot him.
Help us, GM.
Yeah. So he's right there, and the second, so does he basically pop up the second I kind of ping him on my radar?
He's been there the whole time. It's just kind of like writhing in all this deep one growth, and now your scanners picked it up.
So once it picks it up, I'm like, fuck, he's behind me again. And so I just point my hands down and I fire my rapid fire lasers. And we're going to do those at disadvantage. So one. Whoops. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
come and ride the train.
Come on. All right.
Ride it.
One more after this.
More.
Damn.
Oh, wow. Hey, man.
All right.
So after
Go
I
ahead, still hit.
called it out, I pinged it on the radar that shares it with the group so that they're obviously able to see. But given the fact that I started blasting away, they could probably also see that the red lasers in the muck in the water of Lake Erie. And after I'd said, this fucker's behind me, all you see are the lasers, and I'm firing away at this thing in hopes to just bore a hole into him.
Yeah, you fire away, and there's this deep one growth just blasting all over the place, and it reveals it, and it pops out its tentacles all over the place. So that's all of you, right? Yeah, everyone took their turn.
Nope, not me. I haven't gone yet.
Oh, this round. Yep, you're right. Canis, go ahead.
So seeing that I've actually damaged El Crabo, I kind of focus, right? I'm looking at it, I'm seeing how it's moving, and I know that we need to start putting some damage down. So I focus in with that axe, and it's going in for 3 more blows. So these would be successful on 4 or above.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, good. Thanks. There. Give me a second. I need to just rub my eyes after that. I need one more. I got to do one more.
Ooh.
Okay, there's one.
There you go.
Yay!
All right.
All right.
So get
you
get one fucking.
You get
damage.
one good slash in there.
Yeah. Oh man. That
And it
hurts.
hits it again. That one axe hit, it sinks in there, and there's some blood leaking out.
And I'm kind of
Crab
pulling
guts.
on it, trying to, because me and Gecko have been talking, some kind of wrenching it around in there, trying to open up. Get the fuck out there!
Sitting there trying to stir the pot.
Trying to get a crack open so Gecko can just jump inside and fire all of his missiles at once.
Jump inside.
All right.
I smell bad from the outside.
Back to Kaiju
Cracking
turn.
closer. I'm gonna give him the clamp.
It's fucking Claudius's
All right,
revenge.
sorry, hey, he's trying to murder us. Stop.
Kraken hides again.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Cracking right.
Yeah, he's-
Did anybody tell him no?
Hell no.
It's my favorite fucking
Crabstrosity.
Hades phrase.
Do you consider?
Crabstrosity. It's going to continue hitting at Canis since it's done. You've done the most damage to it so far. So, gouging
something.
talons again come at you.
Bring it.
Does he have large talons?
Gouging crab balls.
Actually, you know what? We're going to use its
Oh.
meaty fist attacks again. So that's the quick swipes that come at you,
Pips.
trying to grab a hold of you.
Meaty
Big.
fisty, baby.
Meaty claws.
I've been
that's
waiting for you
that's
to-
exactly why I took that ability for it.
I've been waiting for you to come meaty fist me.
Oh my.
Actually, you know what? Before I
Fisted
roll
you,
it,
right?
it's focusing. So it takes a second, like really
that-
looks at you. Its eye stalks kind of peek out and scan you down.
Brace that shield.
Oh, that shield is braced. Nah, I'm just staring back at it.
And
Just
then
angry.
after it does that, swipes real quick with its claws, and it cannot get a hold of you. You guys, it's your guys' turn.
Ah,
again.
joke's on him.
You want me to try to open this thing up so you can jump inside, Gecko?
So I just remembered I got that gifted antimatter rocket.
Just shove it into the fucking wound.
Just know it's in his mouth. He opens his mouth and he's like,
So that's the question: is do we just batter him and then use that on the Kraken, or should I let you open him and then fire a rocket into his soft meat?
I'm feeling like the crab has been the bigger threat.
Agree right now.
Until we focus on the big guy,
Right. I mean,
and he
they're
brings
both
out a-
well. I mean, the other thing was bigger. I would say save the antimatter, because
All right,
once that thing gets cornered, it's probably going to start being an asshole.
You crack this thing up some more, and then I'll follow.
All right. So I'm angry now. This thing just took another swipe at me. I am going to
Crack its claw.
I'm trying to think if focusing is even worth it. Man, it's one of those hit or miss kind of things. It takes it from what a 2 and 6 to a 3 and 6. 3. Yeah, I'm gonna focus again and slash at this thing with my axe. So with the beady-eyed little bastard kind of staring at me and I staring back at it, it's like, it's time to show you how it's done. Bringing that axe down onto it hard, I'm going straight for those fucking beady ass eyes, little piece of shit. Fucking hate that thing. Fucking 1,
All right.
2. I was hoping for the big 3.
2 hits though.
1-2 crunch.
So, again, I'm focused. I was focused really in on the head of this thing, kind of where my other hits were, but they just, this thing having the audacity of staring at me and trying to focus in on me is where most of my blows went to.
All right.
Yeah, the fucking audacity of this thing.
2 hits, right in its face.
"Ooh, you hear the sound? I heard that across the water. I knew what that sound is.
It's
Heard that sound before.
it's got cracks all over the top of its carapace now.
All right, so I'm gonna step up to bat.
Oh, say it.
Scout bat.
I'm stabbing right for its face area, I mean, it's a crab, but you know, the area where the eyes and the little mouth are, stabbing right for it.
Get back inside me, little mouth.
I'm getting angry now, and I'm gonna do it again. There we go. So what happens is I stab right for the face and just skid right off the top. And Yancey's cursing in there. He said, "I'm gonna stomp you." And he pulls back and he just goes like he's punching for the face, and the blade just crushes right in. And that
it hits
ignores resistance and everything.
Yeah, and it is mad about that.
Oh, he mad.
It doesn't kill it. He's just mad about it.
Yeah, it's looking like it's in bad shape. It's leaking crab guts all over the place. It's cracked all over. It's not looking good for it. Reckless Abandon. I don't think you've taken your turn yet.
I have not. And you know, now that I've learned how to use my scanners for the first time, I'm gonna do that again first before I decide on what I want to do next.
Okay.
Because I don't want to waste. Like I'm looking around, but I feel like I'm in a position to be covering these guys because I can't do what they can. So the idea here is I'm gonna find this thing first and then decide. So do I need to make a roll?
Yeah.
My scanners.
Search because of your scanners. It's an advantage.
Okay, so the scanners are off.
Give me one ping,
All right.
Kane. One ping only.
What? Oh, he's still
There it is
behind me.
again. Yeah.
He hasn't learned his lesson yet. Okay.
Son of a bitch!
You know, the thing about that is,
So because he's still behind me, and I can't take off with my my large charge cannon again, since he wants to hide like a little bitch, he's just raising his fists up again and firing those lasers off.
All right.
So 3, 1. Oh, that's a 1. 2, 3. Damn. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm getting a little careless or just a little cowboyish. I turn around and those lasers start to go, and I don't know if this thing's starting to get a little bit. Maybe he's learning how to dodge and weave, but I'm firing away, and I'm just seeing it go into the sand and puffs of sand and Lake Erie muck, and maybe even some of the ships that sunk, maybe pieces of those.
Yeah. Those lasers go off and shoot all around it, and it roars back at you. All of you need to make a test. Standard test.
No.
I may have failed, but he did say no first, so advantage on that.
No.
Is this for fear?
Yes. So you get
Okay,
to make
so
it
I
with
get to roll. I already rolled 1, so I have to roll 1d6.
Yep.
Should ask that first. Sorry.
And no good. All 3 of you make attacks at disadvantage on the Kraken till the end of its next turn.
Okay. Oh,
Nobody
you scared
attacked a
us.
crack in this turn.
And then that
Actually,
those
I thought he was
tentacles.
saying we were compelled to attack.
Yeah.
No.
this is Doug saying, "I'm being nice to you."
The bone spear makes its show again, and as the tentacles spread and this springs out at you, Reckless Abandon.
No.
And it hits. It's a heavy melee attack. It ignores anything that reduces damage, so that's 2 damage to you.
Copy. So when that happens, when he roars, after the fact that I missed with all my lasers, and it roars, I'm like, fuck, it's coming at me, and as it's roaring, I see that spear just shoot out, and it takes my mech and it hits me, and I kind of jump backwards, and my arms go forward, and I see it, and I'm like, fuck, it's still here, it's got a spear.
Don't you have some heavy blaster or something?
I do. It takes a minute to shoot. I gotta focus on finding it first. I gotta find it first.
I gotta ask this crab another question.
The crabstrosity. It is not ready to die. It starts swiping at you again.
Good.
Canis. And misses with both. No, it did not.
Right in your canis.
It misses with both of those, and then it quickly, instead of swiping again, you think it's going to keep attacking, but instead it angles down where it starts scooping up all this deep one growth and eating it.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not allowed to do that. Kill it. It's healing. I've seen this before. I'm just picturing this, right? Two massive fucking mechs on a crab, and the crab's like starts scooping shit into its mouth. How much did it end up healing for? Fucking every damage that we did to it?
Not much. Not much, I'll tell you that.
Alright, that's fine. That's good. Alright, so Gecko, do you want to go first or do you want me to? Or I'm sorry, I just completely ignored Iron Man over there. Reckless, who wants to go? I can go last, first, whatever.
I'll go first since it's in my face. If you don't mind.
Absolutely, have at it.
Okay. Since it just hit me with that spear, the second that happened, I had flicked over on my mech's weapons and started to charge the cannon. So now I'm switching over to that, and I'm just shooting right at it with this charge cannon.
It will be at disadvantage, though, because ranged weapons in near range attack with disadvantage.
It's fine.
You were going to anyways.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Good? Okay.
And that uses both your actions.
Ooh!
Nice. All right. How much damage does that do? A lot,
6.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it deals 6 damage. So,
Did you just
so
kill
after that thing hits it, and I switch over to the charge cannon, you can kind of see it come up and out, and it's starting to glow like a greenish, reddish glow, and all of a sudden, the whole area just around me just lights up, and you see this giant red beam shoot out in front of me, and it hits this thing, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm waiting to see what it does.
And you charge up that beam and just spray it down, and it's pretty much not there anymore.
Next
like
time,
there's some
lead with that, dumbass.
there's some remnants of tentacle left, and it's gone.
I like to warm the oven first, damn it.
So who's up next?
Gecko, you wanna shove an antimatter missile in? You want me to ask it a question? What you want to do, buddy?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump back and shoot my antimatter missile at it.
I'm right here.
Does it do splash? I mean,
I don't think so. No.
So I do a jumpy back.
Spend 2 fuel, and then make a proficient heavy ranged attack test. So just standard.
Okay, 2 fuel, standard roll. Mother bitch.
No good.
It's just last fucking gift is a dud.
It circles around back, and I get to use it next turn.
Nope. All of these rockets start flying off, and something about the trajectory, your guidance system goes wrong, and they just fly off into Lake Erie somewhere and blow up somewhere else.
It hits the inner city, but you can't really tell.
There's absolutely no difference. It improves the area.
We're ready to move into Walmart.
Cool.
Good try, though. Into
A Target, maybe.
All right, Canis Vengeance.
So I go to town. I'm doing both of my actions are going to be to just start chopping into this thing with my axe as hard as I can. It's eating, and I'm like, oh no, you don't, and it's just like shoot, just over and over, just bringing it down 6 different times. One fail, one success. One fail, so 2 fails.
Yep.
3 fails. So that's 2 more to go. Fuck, dude. Last one. Jesus, 1. There you go.
Yeah,
one hit.
1 hit.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
It hurts
All right.
whenever fucking shit does not fucking work in this game.
The crabstrosity is going to continue swiping at you.
Bring it, fucking hungry hippo.
Fucking finally. Alright. These
Rude.
quick claws come in. One snaps, grabs you. The other snaps, grabs you, and then lifts you over its head and throws you.
He just yeeted you.
Let's see, how much energy do you want to spend?
He can do that with the big guy?
Yeah.
What is his size
Empire,
compared?
or Emperor size are the. What's the massive one? Is the one you can't throw.
It's basically the same weight class as Canis.
Titan class. You can't toss.
You go flying back there. You land on your feet, but you're all the way back there now.
Just you see me go flying backwards, and I manage to kick my legs back behind me and plant my feet, and there's just a crevice as I go backwards, dirt kicking up behind me.
And then it goes back to what it was doing, scooping up deep one growth and eating it.
Piece of shit. Well, go, come on, Lazor, fucking.
And it's your guys' turn.
Yeah.
I want rockets. I'm mad and I'm just rocketeering after my miss, unless someone else wants to go first.
I was gonna say if there's something special you want me to do, because I'm free, so I can get in there, or I can try and hit him with this charge cannon again.
You're all distance, right? I mean, if you want to shoot charge cannon, that's
fucking
fine.
shoot it.
Which also it costs 2 fuel, so I need to take that down from the last time because I forgot. Yeah. So when I see him get yeeted, the charge cannon is still charged, so I'm gonna be hitting it with that then, in hopes that it does something, since the carapace is cracked at this point.
All right.
And that's a disadvantage again, correct?
Yeah. No good.
So I'm standing on the rock. As soon as he gets yeeted, I'm hoping that I can land a shot. And once he's basically clear, that big laser goes off, and I guess it just bounces off again like everything else. Maybe it was the angle.
Up the dangle.
Yeah. It does not bounce off because, it shoots over top of it and lights up, goes all the way off somewhere in the lake and probably hits the shoreline and makes people panic over there.
All those beachgoers.
Look, we're cleaning
Yeah,
off the
right.
beach, okay?
No, the defenses on the shoreline.
Yeah.
All right, I would focus, but since he's cracked up a bit, I'm gonna just start shooting missiles.
Okay.
All right. Un. Two. Two hits. No fuel cost.
All right.
Still
yeah,
good?
so you see a little bit of some of its carapace start to chip off and float away. So you did a little bit of damage to it this time.
All right, and I'm gonna do that again. All right.
Nice.
That's what I like. Un. Deux. Trois.
That's all of them?
That is 3 out of 5. And I gotta check my thing real quick.
Hey, you gotta spend fuel because 3 hit, right?
Yeah, that's what I was making sure. If more than 3 attacks hit,
Okay.
spend 1d3. But that was 3 exactly, so.
Okay.
So finally, Yancey's smashing missiles into it, and that's what he likes. So, you know, he's in position. He already jumped back. He's mad that he missed that expensive missile that we'll just say was an experimental missile that was gifted to him by the science people back at headquarters.
Roadhouse.
So he aims and he just starts fucking smashing the missile button and gets a few hits on it.
Yeah.
Did he smash the like and subscribe button while he was doing it?
He also hit the bell.
The crabstrosity turns now that Canis has approached again and tries to do the same thing.
Fuck you.
Only 1 claw hits, doing 1 damage.
Does my shield absorb that, or do I take
Yes,
the
it
damage?
does. It does.
Gotcha.
So that absorbs the damage, and then it comes in with a little bit stronger, it's heavier claw. And that one does do 1 damage.
Okay. Knocking it down to 9er.
It gives you the clamps.
Don't give me the clamps. You know what happens whenever they gets Jaeger juice in it? So, whenever these missiles are firing off, right, it's like it's kind of reset, and Canis comes running up, and for that turn he's just running, and then he's focusing in, and that laser sword just comes back out, and it boils all the water immediately, and it's a pullback with a focus, and just trying to stab it square in between the mouthy parts where it has the audacity to eat in front of me. And it hits, so that's the big glowy sword is heavy melee attack plus, so 3 damage.
All right. So you slam that sword into its carapace, and it lets out a roar as
Nice.
it starts to stagger around. It looks like it's about to drop dead. Its carapace is just cracking all over. Big chunks of it's missing, and then it starts like really bulking itself up and roaring, and the Kaiju adrenaline kicks in, and it's still standing there.
Piece of shit. You just fucking die! Wait, somebody murk this bitch.
I have a question real quick, GM. For fuel, if I'm out of fuel, does that just like mean I can't do anything that requires fuel, or does my
Right.
mech shut down?
No, just it's just a
Get in the water.
special resource.
Okay.
Straight to
That's
jail.
what Well, I thought that's how I was reading it, but I wanted to make sure.
No, you're good.
Run out of fuel on the roadway.
You run out of fuel with your laser, to jail. You undercooked chicken, you overcooked crab, to jail.
Good job.
I'd jump on the radio and I'd say, I have 2 more shots of the charge cannon. Taking 1. And away we go. Whack. So once again, he stands up and he lines up his shot, but I assume again it misses. GM, it doesn't bounce off; it misses.
Yep. Another miss.
So that goes across, and thankfully it doesn't hit anybody. But I think I've already dug a hole down to where Canis Vengeance has emerged from already once.
All right, that leaves us with Gecko.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm doing more at this point with the rockets than I would if I did a movement and a melee. So I'm just gonna do for rocket skin.
All right.
Rocket Man.
Oh.
Oh.
I swear, dude, Doug loads these dice.
He does.
Un.
It has not been our game
Ew.
was last time. It was not this time.
I got a
It's-
1-2 on him.
All
That's
right.
because of Gecko's just the missiles would go through the enemies, and so he was just mutilating them.
Mutilating. He's still standing. I'm still going.
He is.
Yeah, I did not
Keep going.
think he was going to be the big enemy here.
I'll explain everything
Yeah,
behind the
yeah.
scenes
The other
after
one's
this
not
session.
dead. Don't worry. We'll crunch him, and the other one comes back.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nice.
Un.
Hopefully, sacrificing like 2 or 3 of my turns, like unlimited his power or something. I don't know.
Trois. Oh, 4. Now I gotta roll. One D3.
All right. Those missiles smack into it, and it is like staggering, and its claws are kind of shaky at this point. There's crab chunks all in the water.
Oh, we eating good tonight, boys.
As it looks like it's standing on its last leg, and it's trying to snip at Canis Vengeance one last time.
Canis, heat the butter.
Hate the butter.
And that would be absorbed. This one will not. It
If it
misses
hit-
you. It gets one claw that kind of like weakly grasps onto you as it's trying to like get around your shield and snap at you. This will probably be the last turn. What are you guys doing?
So as it clamps onto the shield, I kind of turn the shield over and with the hand of the mech and grab onto that claw and kind of pick it up a little bit and try to just ram that sword home. Get that last just you kept eating in front of me, bitch.
And GM, and not to OP, and I want to try and caveat on what he's doing, and it's more of a assist to help at this point. If I see that, it would be a recommendation to, sorry, Canis Vengeance. If I came in as a final help, as Rocket Man, basically I'm flying in behind him, and as he's coming in for his swing, I'm pushing into him with my my flight servos to give him more momentum to come down with his sword.
Sure. Yeah, I'll let you move up and then make one disadvantage test, basically using your heavy lifting ability.
Okay.
He's gonna heavy lift me, baby.
And then I come in from the third angle, so we triangle on him, and I stab him with my sword.
Yes, come in and start pushing the crab into it.
With my sword.
Right? So you got like you got freaking Reckless pushing into me, you're pushing into the crab, and I'm just shoving the sword into its gullet.
Yes.
All right. You know what, Canis, just go ahead and make an advantage test with focus. There you
2.
go. Tell me what happens.
So, you know, we got this it's almost telepathic communication that we're starting to, you know, we're after the first chaos of me just jumping down a hole and not really paying attention into, you know, what they're doing and just thinking for myself like a moron, we're starting to get back into the groove of things. And I grab this crab and it's feebly hitting it against me, and I pull back, and that's whenever Reckless Abandon just comes Iron Manning through the water and just shoves into me as, you know, my arm comes forward. And at that point in time, Gecko comes running up and just kind of lifts this thing like he's been doing into that. And you can just, even through all the water and through all the metal in between us, there's just this sizzling as the internal organs of this mythos creature begins to boil, and it just blows out through the top.
When I come behind him, there's nothing like he said, nothing needs to technically be said, but the second I'm latched on, I'm just all calmly. Thought you could use some support. I'm pushing up.
No, I like when you support me from behind, baby.
And Yancey says, mm-hmm.
So with that thing dead, the laser sword snaps back into my arm, and I kind of assess damage, and I look at the other two. It's like, damage report.
Once he says that, I immediately pull out of my combat mode, and I'm back into scan mode. And I want to do one quick scan of the area.
All right, go ahead and roll with advantage.
And while he's doing that scan, I begin to inform them about wow. Pat, where was that?
Yeah.
We've been out of training for a while. That's the problem here.
I began to tell them what I saw down below, and that I said that I could have destroyed this Mythos area. They were doing a summoning ritual, but given what Sabrina said, I didn't, because I felt like it wasn't going to impact what was happening with the combat above, but it might be something we can use, and I almost feel with how that there might be something below it.
All right, and Reckless Abandon is not picking up any threats on the sensors except for these large barnacles that are still around the perimeter that seem to be stationary.
So
as barnacles tend to do.
Iron Fury, check your maps for minor threats, and they would start to go off all over the map, but obviously nothing that we can't just walk up and squash on. And then he would switch out of scan mode to start doing his damage checks.
I took half damage to my rig, but we should probably do some scans down below for the eggheads back at HQ.
And with that, you hear your comms click on, and Sabrina comes over. Iron Fury, do you read?
This is Iron Fury Actual, go ahead.
Now that you're back above, Canis, I have all of the information from what you found below. We're going over that. It looks like there's no threats around you anymore. What are your next steps?
I was getting ready to call you and put a request in for a fuel dump and repair drones before we continue on with our investigation below.
Understood. We have one mobile repair unit that we can drop. It will take some time, but no threats around to keep you from waiting for that. And we are actually going to just leave it off right there. And we'll pick up next session with you guys getting your little bit of a repair and figure out what you're going to do with the giant altar or whatever that artifact, that relic is down there.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
And we'll go around and do our usual whatever you want to say, you know, what your characters are thinking, all that sort of stuff. So we'll start with this time we'll start with Yancey. Yancey Shaunson, played by Hades.
Things were getting kind of hairy there. Yancey's not really the type to get afraid. He's gonna keep stomping till he dies. But two big monsters at once, it was getting pretty hairy. He wasn't certain they were gonna make it out on top, but they did. So he's now just looking around, seeing what else needs stomped. And he's making a note of the remains of this behemoth crab monster, because once they're done, he's collecting up them legs. They're gonna have a crab bake back on the shores of Erie. Nothing like Erie crab.
All right, next up, Kane.
So, you know, right out of the gate, when that thing showed its face out of the hole and their leader dove in, there was a slight sense of oh shit factor based on its size and the size of both Gecko and Reckless Abandon in comparison, along with the crab. So that kind of played into his fear of, you know, completely forgetting that he had fucking scanners, that he's just jumping all over the place trying to avoid things and get shots off. And it was the shouts of his leader that, you know, brought him back, that allowed him to start working with the unit as a whole. And, you know, now that he's chalk another Kaiju up on his mech, his body count, and the crab is dead, he awaits the repairs and to dive into the hole next.
All right. Last but not least, the captain of the Iron Fury squad, Drake.
So, there's a lot of inner turmoil going on right now. Now that the adrenaline's starting to seep out of the system, Drake completely defied what his normal thing to do is, and that's to ensure that his people are safe. Instead, he kind of let the mech take command whenever he started to fumble what he should do. Should he jump? Should he fire into the hole? Should he go fight? What should he do? And he kind of left it up to the mech what to go do, and that could have resulted. I mean, we see that Gecko got damaged, and you know, Reckless Abandon got damaged, and that's not good. So there's a lot of turmoil going on right now inside of Drake. And actually, what's interesting is that Canis, the mind behind the mech, is kind of starting to back off just a little bit, realizing that they didn't mesh too well, and so he's interested in what's going to be the next step. Has a feeling that below that elder sign there could be something there, given that he was able to crack it and there was cracks there. So we're just going to find out why this is all here, where it's coming from, and where the hell all that water went or came from. And actually, I want to rip that crab open and see if I can steal its acid. I want to use it. I want to use that as a weapon. I have nothing ranged.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind then. All right. So, with that, we are possibly going to do a raid. Let's try and do a raid. I'll put us on an ending screen. Well, so it's hang around for a raid. Thank you everyone in the chat for interacting. Always fun to see that, and thank you for the bonuses and the drops. Love having people interact with the game that way. And we'll be back in 2 Tuesdays from now to might be the finale of this scenario. We'll see how that goes.
And don't forget what's going on this week.
Yeah, this week we've got, do we have another Blade Runner on Thursday? That finished up, right?
No, that has finished, yes.
Yeah. All right, so on Saturday night at 9 p.m., we're doing a long session, 4 hours of old school essentials. So some nice dungeon crawling, old school fantasy stuff. Should be fun. We got a large party of 5. And then on Sunday, I think that's at 5 p.m., they're doing a session 0 for the new Avatar tabletop RPG. That's Avatar, the cartoon, Last Airbender, not the
not the blue Native Americans.
Yeah,
not the blues.
Let my tail intertwine with your tails.
So yeah, check out those. Stop by the Discord, see all of our schedule, all that sort of fun stuff. So that's everything for tonight. Stick around for the raid, and thank you. I believe it was Preacher that gave us the ending tagline for this. We will see you, mechs.